All right, the Reds. Welcome to Anfield Road TV. Another live stream, watch it, daily news show. Bloody hell, we got that many formats on the channel. Me and Kev, we've got plenty of show stories that
Vidya.
so we'll go through, obviously, Trey Nyoni, obviously a new first pro contract, what that will mean for him and what it means for Liverpool. Lad's got a bright talent. He's a bright future ahead of him, and I think every Liverpool fan is really excited to see him sign on the dotted line of his first professional pro contract as well. Obviously, he did sign from Leicester not too long ago, but obviously the little glimpses that we've seen already in a Liverpool shirt have done him well, and quite rightly fully deserves that new contract as well. Kev, we speak about obviously Thomas Tuchel as well at the back end of the show. That won't be a main feature, but he's just being appointed England manager. What that means for England or just Tuchel in general? Do we think it's a good appointment? Yes or no? We'll have a little natter about that. And obviously the run-in the next couple of weeks as well. A big run-in. We'll speak about obviously how many points we all anticipate Liverpool to come off the back of this. How Arne going to combat those teams as well. And Kev, hope you're well, mate.
Me too. All good, dude. All good. Happy out. Happy as Larry. Happy that my camera's working back in StreamYard for some apparent magical reason that they might have updated. I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, all good, lad. All good.
Big up to buy up, Reds. We don't swing that way, but thanks for the offer, bud.
Hello, Lee. Hello, Lee. Sideline, how are we doing, Jack and Spider? Not too bad, mate. Not too bad. Obviously, Arne Slot, it's not just his, but I think in terms of always for this season as well, Reds will speak about it in terms of the fixtures. There's going to be a lot of big games on the horizon, and this is what becoming a Liverpool manager, being a Liverpool fan is all about. The fixtures will be, and it is probably Liverpool's most difficult period now that we are going to be going into. Obviously, we'll speak about them, but I'm excited though, Kev. It's an exciting time to be there. The way we've started this season, it's probably above expectations, really. The team's there, the squad's there, but I think the changing of the guards, really, I don't think any Liverpool fan, we all had hope in our heart, but I think it's all looking good. I'm excited, mate, for the season to come.
Yeah, look, I think everybody was kind of a bit apprehensive about what was going to come about this season, especially with like the change in the managership, or the change in the whole stewardship of the club, really, with regards management level. And everybody's look, we're in a really good position. We're top of the league, lad. We're top of the league and doing it well. And only for a really strange result at Nottingham Forest, where any other day we would have scored 4 or 5, in that game. These results happen. It will happen to City throughout the season. It'll happen to Arsenal throughout the season. It'll happen to anybody else that's involved there throughout the season, Chelsea or whatnot. They'll all have these results. And, we'll all sit back and laugh at each other when it happens. Look, at the end of the day, even if we do drop off a bit coming to the end of the season, I don't care. I'm enjoying the run that's happening here. I don't think we will. I think we'll add to the squad as long as injuries don't really hinder us too much. I can't see why we can't, stay up there or thereabouts and challenge as far as we can.
Yeah, big up there, as well. Big up there, Rob. I'll be well, mate. And massive thank you for the subscribe, mate. We'll get to Trey's new contract. Well, obviously, it was announced on Liverpool's website, and what that means for them very soon as well. But I think that Forest results, Kev, as you alluded to, and that could be a blessing in disguise, really. Obviously, when we were doing the post-match, and every Liverpool fan were like, how have we been beaten by Forest? But I think it's set
as another Forest would say, a kick up the buttocks.
Yeah, kick up the backside, really. We needed that. I think us as a fan base as well, especially me, I probably got a bit giddy as well. And it's like, now the real work. Well, it started at the beginning of the season, but obviously I think it was a reminder for everyone, even the players as well, that we're not indestructible. Neither at Manchester City, neither at Arsenal. And as we'll speak about in the fixtures in the next 20 minutes, we'll speak about them. It's the added saying of one game at a time, but it's not just that. You want to be seeing performances. But as we've already seen already over the last couple of weeks, Kev, we've got the results, but I get where certain sections of the fan base are like, we should be blowing away teams 3-4-0, but football doesn't work like that, and we all know that.
No, now with the team in transition, like the lads are still learning this setup. The great thing about the setup is how quickly Gravenberch is after customizing it. Quickly McAllister's after. Actually, I don't even think McAllister's completely accustomed to it yet. I think we're not seeing the complete a complete macca yet. And I think he's still adjusting, but he's just doing it so well is the difference. I don't think he's fully acclimatized to it. I think Szoboszlai can track back and do it well. I think against low block teams, it'll be great to have Harvey back to be able to, create these little intricate passes and little dinks over the top and stuff like that for players when we do have a low block side and they are, solidifying that central part. Harvey will just dink one or two over to Salah or Jota or whoever else is going to run in, and that's a great tool to have as well to come off the bench. We've got a good steady squad there, and as you said earlier, with the addition to Trey signing his first contract, the future's orange.
Yeah, so obviously a bright future ahead of him. I think we've already seen him already this season, giving his opportunity and taking it upon himself to really. It's going to be a proud moment, obviously, for his family and everyone that knows Trey. I think Liverpool will always be, hopefully, a place for young talent to very much flourish. The one thing Liverpool have done extremely well under Jurgen Klopp was give players opportunities. We see teams out there like Chelsea stockpile a lot of youngsters, and we've just literally got one of Chelsea's best up and coming. He was probably the biggest name in their academy. I forgot his name. Apologies.
I'm just kind of on my head too.
The winger, the young lad anyway, but he was by all accounts one of their top talents. Try and get his name in there. Apologies.
It's off the top of my head.
But that lad anyway. But Trey, signed from Leicester. I think that's what we've done really well, Kevin. And just obviously, it's always been a hallmark at Liverpool. Not just Liverpool, but you look at City in recent seasons. Obviously, they had so many great young talents. A lot of that young talent has gone for 15 to 20 odd million. Obviously, in terms of balancing their books, to say the least. Ingemore. There we go. Nice one, Chas. And obviously, you look at Manchester United when they were successful under Sir Alex Ferguson. Anyway, they got the best in class, really, and that's probably where they've gone massively down the wrong track. Anyway, in terms of just now trying to spend 80-100 million pound on what used to be very highly talented players, and then not getting the best out of them. But Kev, in terms of Trey, in terms of getting into the starting 11, he's went about things the right way since Arne Slot's come in. I think he's highly impressed. We've not seen a lot of him, but from what the glimpses we've seen, I think he's a lad with a lot of potential, a lot of talent. He's 17, 18, approaching 18 years old as well, and he's got a big frame. I think he's about 6'1", 6'2" as well, and he's got that ability on the ball that is very exciting, to say the least. For a big man to have that type of touch, he's got a lot of interesting facets of his game to really stand out.
Yeah, you look at the differences between, let's say, other young lads that are coming through in other clubs that are his age and the swagger about him, whatever. I mean, he's just like a lad that just looks like he likes to play football and likes to get on with it. You look at the contrast in that, and you look at your Jesse Lingards or anything that came through at United. They were all about the Instagram and all of what they're doing and all about the flair and the flash stuff. And I think that ruined United in a way, because they had a golden era of a few lads that were coming through at Manchester United, and they kind of screwed themselves over, really, by just allowing them to have too much freedom. Whereas if it was the old days with Fergie or any of these kind of managers, they would have locked down all of this stuff, being able to buy flash cars, being able to do this. And, Liverpool have got a good stead set up within the club to look after young fellas like this and not to leave it get to their head, and to build them slowly. And, Liverpool is what it is. We can create Trey could become a legend for Liverpool. He could go and play on for Liverpool, or he could become such an elite talent that we make the money off him eventually. So one or the other. But that's what Liverpool are very good at. We're very good at creating talent and either putting them into the first team or giving them opportunities. And eventually, if those opportunities don't happen after 2 or 3 years, they get moved on for a huge profit and sell-on clauses. So look, we're doing it the right way. The difference being, we're not this kind of club that creates really good young talent and then tries to sell them off at a premium profit straight away, as most other people would. We actually give them a chance to get into the side, and we give them a chance to play within the first team. We train them with the first team, we learn them with the first team over a number of seasons. And if it doesn't work out, and they're not at that elite level for Liverpool, they'll be at that elite level for a Brentford, or they'll be at that elite level for a Crystal Palace or somebody like that. So, either way, it works out in Liverpool's favour.
Yeah, chat. If you haven't already done so, do drop a like on the video as well. Very much appreciated. Everyone, hit that subscribe button, hit that the like button as well. Make sure you do head over to Kev's channel as well. He does do a lot of content on his show as well. He's got Spider LFC. Follow him on all social. Trying to get Kev up to 1,000 followers on TikTok. If you have TikTok, give him a follow on that. It'd be much appreciated.
I'm doing well on Facebook. I have 3,000 or 4,000 on there. It's just that I'd like to be able to do something on TikTok, because with TikTok, at least I can go live daily. You know, I can chat to people and I can do whatever, you know. I'm always around the house talking about football. I'd rather sit there and talk to people about it. So, yeah.
All good, lads. All good. Big up there, Rob, as well. Let's get to all your comments. If you've got any comments that you want to post to the chat or you want us to discuss, get them in chat. So we'll try and get through all of them as much as we possibly can. When we had then we had the Milan game after Forest conceded early. Then we were going to see how to react. Then just boss the game and press over 100%, mate. 100%.
Yeah. Completely turned over Milan after the first 10 minutes. Completely turned them over.
It did look that we were doing a watch along, weren't we? And probably all of us when we started watching that game, Rob, as you alluded to there, it looked like it was going to be a tricky game, but within the 10-15 minute period, Liverpool, Arne Slot identified that quite early on. I think that's one facet of Slot's game that he does extremely well, is he identifies in-game he's an in-game tactician, really. And let's see how good he is this season in terms of the next 2-3 years as well. Obviously, strong building blocks, and it's looking really exciting. Sideline saying he agrees with you, Kev. We have not seen the best yet. Players are still adjusting and getting better as well. 100%. We spoke about yesterday, Kev. Obviously, RB Elliott's still got time to come back into this team now. Will be a couple of weeks before he's up to full speed, but I think the excitement, we've seen it in pre-season, the little glimpses. He looks like a really exciting player to come in, and even the more Trent gets settled in his position, the more Robbo, the more all the players get readjusted to the full flowing Arne Slot style of football. It's looking well. And the fact that we've only had Slot for 3 months, there's certain managers in the Premier League that have been there for 2, 3, 4, 5 years, and you don't really understand what style of football they play, and it's not really effective football. But
look. With regards to Liverpool, there's not much we can look at until the end of the season, really. I mean, the football that we're playing right now is really, really good. I do think that we're going to be in the market for a left-sided defender in January. I do think that is a major priority now. And, you know, if we're going to develop Tyler Morton along, and we already have Wataru Endo, you might see him move on in January, Wataru, if he's not, you know.
I mean, it probably depend on one big move in the transfer window, mate. Like, just availability of one player.
Yeah, I think so. I think if we know that there's a player coming in with Taro's gone, I think. And then, I think that's the way it's going to go. We're good at right back with Bradley there covering for Trent. I think Conor Bradley's in a very happy place coming on and playing the type of football that he is behind Trent. He knows that he's not first choice, but he knows that, you know, he can come on and do the business for Trent. And he's seeing game time. Even if Conor's not starting, he's coming on and he's replacing Trent. Seeing game time. And Slot, because you look at the various positions that Slot is changing around within the side, and you can see who he really wants to keep fit and develop and keep within the squad all the time. So you see, you know, he's trying to cost Tsimikas because maybe he sees that Andy Roberts' legs aren't there all the time since that big injury Andy had about a year and a half ago. He's not really been a 90-minute full-on player in quite a while. So, you know, he sees that he has a need for Tsimikas to come in there, but I just don't think Tsimikas is good enough, to be honest with you. He's been here now quite a while and he hasn't done the business for me. So I think that's why that market's going to be open for that position.
It's always that debate, though, lads, and chat in regards to having squad players. Everyone goes and identifies straight away as soon as you say, oh, we need a squad like City. No, it's impossible for any side in European football to do what City do, where they literally stockpile like 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 11 positions in their team with world-class player after world-class player. Not even Real Madrid have got that much depth within their squad. Like the Nachos and obviously the Vasquez's of the world as well. They're good players. They've won a lot of Champions Leagues, but they're not like the stellar names that you haven't got like 2 Mbappes, you haven't got 2 Vinnies. There's only a certain amount of good players you can get in the squad, mate. But yeah, we have got the best attacking line in European football in terms of depth. I do think, though, Kevin, I think every Liverpool fan would agree, and even neutrals to an extent as well. Yes, you can speak about Real Madrid in regards to their talent is really good. But I think in terms of if all of our forwards are on song, it's ridiculous. The fact
Imagine
that
if we do start scoring, Jack.
yeah,
Because when you think of it, we're not scoring too much. But imagine if we do start scoring, it'll just be nuts, and it'll just, because we've been guilty in some games of being too complacent in front of goal, whereas we've been grand kind of in every other position. But you're right. Like, imagine if this forward line starts scoring, regardless. I mean, we see Gakpo is on. He's coming to a bit of form. When he comes in, Luis Diaz has been in form, even though he dropped off the last couple of games. He's still been on fire. Jota, he's the best finisher we have in the team, and Salah is there as well. And to back all of that up, you've got Darwin Núñez, who, maybe he can get a goal every 3 games or something like that. Maybe I don't know what way he's going to work in the system, but it doesn't matter. It's still going to help the team. I can still see him being above 20 goals by the end of the season. So yeah, especially in this forward line. So hopefully.
Yeah. 100%, mate. Let's get to all your comments, chat. Hope you're all well. It was a very good Tuesday afternoon, whatever you've been up to. Make sure you drop a like on the video as well. Big up there, Jay. Hope you're well, mate. Being absolutely smashing.
Gotcha.
Jay, good to see you in here, mate, and hope you're keeping well. And Jay, if you're free this week or whatnot, I'll send you a message. I know you've been very busy with all your streams and that, mate. But yeah, good to see you in here, mate, and we'll get you on hopefully this week, sometime this week, if you are free, mate. But thank you for tuning in as always, lads. In terms of Zane's comments, hopefully Thomas Tuchel has an eye on Trey as well. Obviously, yeah, he can represent in England. Trey, obviously, he's still only 17 years old. Obviously, Harvey Elliott, it's interesting. We'll do that. We'll do, mate. In terms of Harvey Elliott as well, the change, Harvey Elliott do you anticipate get an opportunity under Thomas Tuchel? Because I think there's one player like everyone looks at in terms of that youth, like the under 21 bracket is Harvey Elliott. I get why Elliott, like there might be a bit of a Harry Kane, obviously what happened all those years ago. I think it's I'd love to see Harvey Elliott in that England team, an England setup. Ideally, doesn't get a game and we keep him fresh for Liverpool. But I think for Harvey's own perspective, I think he deserves to be given an opportunity. You look at all those Chelsea players as well, though, Kev. Will be probably. We said this before we come on air. Probably already saying what he's like. It's going to be a bit of a mad one. We'll get straight to the Thomas Tuchel one anyway, chat. Big move. Thomas Tuchel has been appointed for anyone that's been away from social media today. Right appointment for England, Kev?
I think it's the best that's available out there at the moment, besides, the Jurgens after taking up let's say a consultant's position at Red Bull. So, I mean, Tuchel is probably the only one Zidane won't take. He doesn't speak English. There's a number of managers out there that just don't suit the style. But look, putting in a 4-2-3-1 style might work for England. We'll see. It's going to give benefit.
Yeah, he likes to play a 3-back, doesn't he? Or
sometimes, 3-5. Yeah, well, sometimes that's only so 3-2. Yeah, but that's like more like a 3-2-5 if he's going kind of attacking defensively. But it's weird. But or a 3-2-4-1. But mainly his usual kind of style when he comes into a team, first of all, is he tries him in a 4-2-3-1 or a 4-1-4-1 shape, and then he develops a 3-man backline eventually after that. So we'll see. But that'll only benefit the likes of, as you say, Harvey Elliott and the likes of these guys coming in and being able to play on the right-hand side of that, that type of 4-2-3-1 midfield. Then, yeah.
Big up there, Matthias. Hope you're well, mate. Thank you for tuning in. Matthias has said, evening, from Southgate to Tuchel, didn't they find any more ultimate defensive-orientated manager? Southgate with 5 defenders and 2 defensive midfielders. I wondered if Tuchel beat that as well. Probably, yeah, he loves to park the bus, Tuchel. And we are best mates with him anyway, especially considering he beat Manchester City in that famous Champions League final a couple of seasons ago. It's like Tommy Loss. I think he'll do well. I think he's got that experience. He's an elite level tournament. He's a tournament winning manager, to say the least. I know everyone pinpoints the clubs that he's been at, and he didn't really hit the heights of what everyone expected of him. I think we've all seen the documentaries of how disgruntled he has been Tuchel in his management career, how everyone calls him the Jurgen Klopp 2.0, and he tries to differentiate really himself and Jurgen Klopp. And obviously, I think there was an interview or something a couple of seasons ago where I think he was doing an interview for Dortmund or whatnot, and someone brought up Jurgen Klopp's name, and he got really angry. But he's a very angry manager, Thomas Tuchel. I think we remember the famous one, the handshake with Antonio Conte, Kev, 2 seasons ago, and when he was in charge, obviously Chelsea and obviously versus Tottenham as well. I think he's got the right characteristics. He's certainly got an elite level coach at the highest level, and I think he can. Ultimately, if we're thinking about our players as well, Trent, he'll know exactly how to get the best out of Trent, surely.
Yeah, well, maybe the players wise, but I don't think he's really good with fan bases and stuff. I think he's generally known as a bit of an asshole, to be honest with you. I don't know. For me, I don't really care. I'm an Irishman at the same time, so as long as my team is doing a little bit better at the moment. But no, look, for me, he'll either irate the fan base or he'll do well there. But I don't know. I think England needed more of a hopeful manager to take away the stigma of what the rest of the world thinks of the fan base when they go away. It's even negative football, but a lot of people, like, you have to understand, a lot of other countries around the world, they don't like the English fans and how they carry themselves when they go abroad. So that needs to change as well, and only managers can do that, to be more vocal for the fans and stuff like that, because I think it needs teaching within that fan base. But other than that, look, he's a good manager and he's got good stats. He can play well, he can play good football. I don't know whether he can just do the whole package where he can associate himself with the fans.
Yeah.
We'll see.
If you thought Southgate ball was bad, get ready for Thomas Tuchel ball with England. 2 banks of 5, sit behind the ball. Harry Kane's going to be in his own penalty area as always, but good luck to Tuchel anyway. Not that we're bothered really, but we'll get straight into obviously the final story to this evening chat. Obviously the international break, the last one before the big break in international football. So the international break will be after the Aston Villa game on the 9th of November. But Kev, obviously in chat, let us know your thoughts. I'd love us to get maximum points out of this. Obviously, the FA Cup game, or the League Cup, whatever it is, in regards to Brighton away. We will be playing them in the Cup. It's going to be a difficult run, Kev, but this is where title winners, this is where big teams really step up to mount the mantle, really. I'm looking forward to this. I know it's going to be a difficult run in, but it's going to be, and it all starts this Sunday.
I'm loving the look of that.
Yeah.
I'm loving it. Like, no games can be. I love seeing teams like that coming out rather than low block teams that we're just going to play against, because low block teams are annoying to play against. I like having those low block teams in between every other games, but like a run like that is good. It only solidifies the team more. It only awakens them a bit more. Chelsea at home, obviously we play a fairly probably our strongest team going up for that, and the RB Leipzig one away. We can twist it around a bit. Then we can start Darwin and the weekend, or maybe start Gakpo in the RB Leipzig game, and rest your Diaz's and stuff for your Arsenals and stuff, because this is what it's about getting from Chelsea to Arsenal while also maintaining a good record in Europe. So that's the way you have to think of it. And I think, look, it's doable, and I think the game's coming up. It'll be done the same after Arsenal. There'll be maybe 2 weekend sides going up. Brighton might play close to their strongest 11 for that, and we might play I think an in between team for that game, and then I'm over for the Brighton game myself. So because it's the concentration on the Bayer Leverkusen and the Aston Villa game one after another is going to be a tough one.
Yeah, I think the most exciting for not us Liverpool fans, probably will be that Leverkusen game. Alonso, the Scouse son, the Scouse prodigy anyway.
Are we not at home for Bayer Leverkusen?
No, we are. Oh, yeah, we are. So
yes, 3. Yeah, no, you're granted. I knew there was 3 away ones leading up after Chelsea, and then there was 3 home ones in a row, which is good. That's a good one.
Graphic designer. Don't know who he was. Yeah, sorry there, chat. That's a typo. Bad typo there. It's almost like but yeah, it's in terms of that, obviously Brighton game as well. Obviously, the first time we do play them, that will be in the round of 16 in the EFL Cup. I do agree with you there, Kev. I think they will go strong in that one. I think Brighton, obviously, for their fans as well, I think they'd like to see a new manager as well. I think they'll be going all guns blazing for that one. Obviously, the league will be important to them, but I think it's very important that I think if they could somehow win, I wouldn't say miraculously because they are a very good footballing side now, Brighton, one of the best footballing sides in Europe as well. A lot of admiration for them. So in that one, for Kevin Tim to go into the Sunday game and chat, we'll have a lot of pre-match build-up shows as well for the coming weeks. Chelsea, a lot of injuries, a lot of suspensions as well. It's not going to be an easy game, never is with Chelsea. If we play our maximum, of course, I think we can cast them aside. But I think in terms of one of the key players, one of the informed players in the whole of Europe, and that is Cole Palmer. This lad's, if Salah does leave or retire in the next 2-3 years or whatnot, I'd say we'd move. I'd like us to move heaven and earth really to get Cole Palmer into Liverpool. I think it would be a lot of money, but I think he would be the right caliber type of player to come into Liverpool. And obviously he gets lots of goals, lots of assists as well. But I think in the wake of Salah leaving in the next couple of years, if he doesn't sign on dotted line this next season as well, I think go big for Cole Palmer. I don't know what your thoughts on Cole Palmer as a player.
Good player, man. I haven't seen him do much against Liverpool, to be honest with you. I think he stands a bit in awe when he plays against us, to be honest. That's what it looks like to me. He looks like a bit of a rabbit in headlights against us. I'd say that now, tip wood, and then something will happen stupid on Sunday. From what I've seen, he's a very skillful player. He's a very good player, and he plays well. I don't want him to see him doing it against us, and he hasn't done it yet. We've kind of neutralized him a bit, in fairness. But it also means, giving Chelsea more possession of the ball, and Liverpool won't allow that to happen. So I think Chelsea are at their most comfortable when they have the possession of the ball, so that they can develop it, or if they're given the opportunity for a quick counter attack. And I kind of see that happening with us at the moment.
They do find themselves fourth in the Premier League, which is, by all accounts, I think for non-Chelsea fans as neutrals, really. I think coming into this year, no one's doubting Chelsea's quality within their squad. It's just a matter of whether the new manager coming in, obviously the ex-Leicester manager, I think if you've got part of Manchester City on any part of your CV as a coach, I think you get given you more or less jump the line, don't you? A club goes, oh, you've worked with Pep Guardiola, we'll give you an opportunity. And they are the mad club, though, Kevin, at the minute, aren't they? They are stockpiling a lot of highly talented players. It's just a matter of what manager will get the best out of them, really. And in terms of depth-wise, their bench will be a joke on Sunday, even with a lot of the injuries that they will be coming into this game, a lot of suspensions as well. But how do you anticipate that, not just looking past Sunday's game for Chelsea going forward for them? Do you anticipate them to compete for a top 4 spot? Or do you think it will be a bit too difficult with their other European adventures as well in the Europa League conference? I think it is, didn't it?
I think they're in a better position than United. I think they're probably still in a better position than Villa, and Villa are good. And I even put Villa down for my top 4 this season. But I think Chelsea are slowly creeping into where they can get involved in that top 4 challenge, especially with the way they're playing at the moment.
On the same points as Villa, both on 4 points anyway.
There you go.
Scored 16, conceded 8 as well, for Chelsea this season. So
yeah, so look, I think they can. I don't think they'll do much against the big lads. I'm just, I think like the City and us and whatnot can beat them. I think, they could probably get draws against Arsenal and they could probably beat Spurs. I think they'll beat Spurs and United maybe. So, but look, I'm not bothered. I'm just bothered about Liverpool right now, and I'm bothered about coming back in from the international break, going gung ho and straight at Chelsea at home. Get these wins over the line. Especially after dropping the points that we did at Forest this season. I want to see our home record become solid again. And just keep going at them and going at and score. I can't see where it's going to be a draw this time. I think we're going to go at them and I think we'll beat them this time at home. Mainly due to what they're missing, and because they're a bit more open and less defensive now.
The goals that they've shipped this season, I don't want to see that. They're a bit weird team. Well, they started this season a draw with Crystal Palace as well. It lost 2-1 to Servette as well, and I think it was a qualifier for the Europa League. But in terms of their start of the season. It's not been too bad. Draws against Forest just before the international break. Sorry, that wasn't.
They beat West Ham 3-0, wasn't it?
They won Brighton 4-2, won
4-2,
Barrow 5-0. Won against West Ham away from home 3-0. But that was at a time where West Ham would have been 50-50.
Yeah.
And obviously they draw with Palace, as I said, on the 1st of November. Or it was October or whatnot. But yeah, Kev, with us, mate, I think Liverpool, we do our job, but I think there's always going to be a reminder. I think for every Liverpool fan, we want to be decimating teams, casting them aside as well. But football's not as easy. But I think the interest in 1.4 Liverpool this season, mate, and chat will be obviously once we can get to the next international break, and then we just get that, put that aside. Obviously, then we've got City and Real Madrid after this period in time, after the Villa game, you've got the international break, and then you go again against City. But I think if we are to come out with strong points, Kev, and going into obviously the next rounds of the League Cup, the last 8, we're fully capable of getting maximum points out of that. As you said, mate, so we've just got to focus on ourselves, play our football that we can do, and I think it'll give every springboard an opportunity to this Liverpool side. And yet again, it's another opportunity to see Arne Slot's Liverpool playing again. It's just a joy though, mate, because we're in the learning stage of watching Arne Slot's football. Not going to sit and say I watched a lot of final because I didn't. I had to watch one or two games over the last couple of seasons, but that was with not the intention of knowing he was going to be the Liverpool manager. So
I'm enjoying how we're able to carve apart midfields and and get the ball rolling. I like that. So it's pretty good so far.
Yeah, so I'm excited, Chas. It will be exciting. Any closing thoughts there, Kev? On the
no, I was looking at the running after the international break and whatnot. Yeah, we do start with Southampton away. But then we've got Real Madrid, Man City, Newcastle, and Everton, along with Girona, and then pretty much in form Fulham at the moment, heading into Spurs after that. And then it kind of tails off a bit where it's a couple of games Leicester and Liverpool, and you'll have a couple of cup games after that. But and then the old United come to Anfield on the 5th of January. So there's a bit of a run-in over the Christmas period that's a bit busy. I think we're having our toughest period coming up now in this kind of international break window between the two windows. I think this is a tough period for us. But then, obviously, I mean, Real Madrid and City in a row they're no slouches. But that'll only just up our game, really. So
I think the big one in that run-in that we can all see here, chat, is Leverkusen. I think Liverpool can win that game away. That'll be one of the most difficult games we'll have this season.
That's a home again, Jack.
At home, yeah. Sorry, there we go. Nice one. There's a reason why you're on the show. That will be a home. It'll be basically a homecoming for Xabi Alonso. But
it will, yeah.
We'll be getting 3 points. Most importantly, that's what we're aiming for. But I think Liverpool can get 3 wins out of 3, 9 points on the board. That if we can get a good goal difference, we can get a couple of goals past them, or even just 3 points to be sound. Yeah. But I think it will put us in a strong position. Real Madrid have already dropped points or lost against Lille in the last match week 2 as well. So, and if we can go into that Real Madrid game with, if we could beat that Real Madrid side, it'd be a difficult game, but we're fully capable of winning that game. Then it would put not just Liverpool in a stronger position to qualify for the latter stages of the competition, but it will hinder Real Madrid's opportunity to not progress, but just get into that top 8 spots as well. But yeah, Kev, it's only going to be a short and sweet show, mate. Massive thank you for everyone tuning in. Let's get to all the last couple of comments as well. Let's get to Matthias. Jokes aside, Tuchel is a good manager and have quite the pedigree with both league and Champions League titles, just not my type of football. I'd agree though, Matthias. Yeah, not everyone's cup of tea really in regards to the style of football. Tuchel was probably the favourite for the United job when they can drag themselves over the line and sack Ten Hag if they can afford it.
It's the only reason why he's still in there.
Yeah, it's crazy. But yeah. Long may it continue at Old Trafford anyway. But Kev, massive thank you for coming on, mate. Where can everyone find you, please, mate? And obviously what you've got coming up this week.
Yeah, so you'll find me at Spider LFC for anything football. And you'll find me in most places at Irish Spider Guy or just Spider for the gaming side of things. Coming up this week, I will be doing the watch along for the Chelsea game. And then and obviously then again after that the Leipzig game. But I also am doing these. I'm going to be doing a streaming setup for Storage Wars. Remember that TV show, Storage Hunt?
Is
Yeah,
that a version of Chelsea at the minute? Storage
I don't know. It is. Yeah, you just go and you find stockpile everything and just buy everything that they can. So that's I'm going to be doing a streaming session of that because it looks pretty cool. So I'll be doing a gaming streaming session of that probably starting tonight really. So we'll see.
Yeah, as always, chat, a massive thank you for all your continued support as well. Massive thank you to you, Kev, and everyone tuning in. We will be live tomorrow at 6 p.m. UK time, GMT. Hopefully, we've got a bit more news as well. And obviously, congratulations. I know chat did mention it before, but Curtis Jones, big up there, Lee. Obviously, a proud moment to be a dad as well. So, shout out to Curtis and congratulations. And chat, we will see you tomorrow at 6 p.m. UK time, GMT. And looking forward to it. The Sunday game, we'll be doing a watch along for the game as well. But Reds, never walk alone. And see you tomorrow at 6.